What's up guys, Matt from footballboots.co.uk, and today we'll be showing you how leathered collared boots can be blacked out, with this edition seeing Puma's evoTOUCH Pro going through the classy treatment to be transformed from white into black. Alongside the blackout tutorial, we'll also be showing you how the boots got on in a full test later in the video, so stay tuned to see how the paint job fared and the boots performed. So the reason we blacked out these boots was due to the fact that we received them before their actual release date, but we wanted to show you guys a full test and review at the earliest time. The evoTOUCH Pro was unveiled in the black safety yellow colourway. However, we were sent the second white safety yellow colourway recently released, even before the silo was dropped into the market, so blacking out the boots ensured the follow-up look would be disguised and not ruin Puma's surprise. Puma themselves actually did something similar to us before launching their evoTOUCH Pro, by teasing a completely black pair of boots on social media, and various Puma players were spotted in training testing the controlled theme silo prior to their release. So although we've already filmed blackout videos of the Techcraft Vapor 10 and a small section of the Superfly 5 Flyknit, leather collar boots can be totally blacked out following our process, which we'll be doing a video on the Magista Obra 2 in the coming weeks. Talking of Nike's Techcraft collection, it's actually rumoured that the classic meets modern construction will be returning within the next couple of months, so let us know if you think this is a good thing or not. It should be pretty interesting how Nike incorporate K-leather onto the Mercurial speed ribs and the Magista's dimpled upper, or just give it a smooth layer. Following the simple steps in this video will ensure you guys blacking out your own boots will not only do a sweet job, but also make sure you don't damage or ruin your favourite pairs. As always, there's an important step-by-step process to making sure your blackout job comes out looking sharp and professional, so watch the whole video to get the details spot on. Let's get straight into step one. Our DIY kit was sent from Blackouts, which you can find their product in the description below. The kit came with 3 different bottles, an acid to take away the factory finish, a black dye to coat the boots, and finally a finish to seal the dye. Step 1 involves stripping away the factory finish with the acid to allow for the dye to soak fully into the upper. Just note that the boots must be incredibly clean or new if possible for a high quality coating. So we're using a cotton pad to apply the acid across the entire upper, and as you can see, the liquid actually takes away a layer of white dye from the K leather, ready for the first coat of black dye to be applied. Once done, leave to dry for 2 to 3 hours before continuing to step 2. Into step 2, and the boots are ready for their first layer of dye. We break it into separate parts as you need to repeat this step a few times. As seen within step 1, we're going to apply the dye across the entire upper, however using a brush this time around and leaving the safety yellow external heel counter and Evo knit collar as original for a unique look. If you want to black out the Evo knit collar, then you can use the fabric dye solution as seen in our Mercurial Superfly 5 blackout video. Check it out by clicking the card on the screen now. It's definitely a good idea to have a clear start and end point to know which areas need to be painted. However, the original white upper does a great job of showing which areas need dyeing still. Now the entire K leather has been treated with its first layer of dye, it's time to leave overnight for its first extended drying time. Allow about 12 hours to fully soak into the upper. So still in step 2, but part 2 as well. One point definitely to be aware of is that you don't need to overly apply the dye during each coat. Carefully and sparingly is definitely the way to go. We're going to do exactly the same as before by dyeing the entire K leather upper, to reinforce the blacked out treatment. We've made this quick speed so you can see the whole process in one clip. Into the third and final part of step 2, left overnight for the second coating of dye to fully sink into the upper. The boot's now ready for their last application of dye. As with previous applications, coat all the areas you desire in an even and careful manner. You can even use different thickness of brush for certain areas. I'd suggest a wide brush for the main upper, whereas a thinner brush would be better suited to painting near the sole plate or the external heel counter for a sharp finish. Now leave overnight for a final drying session. Although our evoTOUCH boots features a safety yellow sole plate, which was incredibly difficult to neatly dye up to, the acid seen back in step 1 can be used to carefully wipe away the marks with a cotton bud. Just make sure the acid doesn't take away the dyed black upper. Progressing into step 3, we're now at the stage where the upper has received 3 coats of black dye and also sufficient time to dry. So it's time to apply the final finish, which has a milky-like consistency. The finish seals the dye to ensure it remains black throughout use. However, as found on our previous Superfly 4 edition, that after a full season, some dye around the toe area starts to fade away, which you can touch up when required, following the same process as we've just run through. Again, we're using a cotton pad to gently wipe the finish all across the upper, making sure every spot is coated, and once completed, they're ready to dry overnight, and you can take to the pitch in a truly one-of-a-kind boot. Previously speaking of how contracted Puma players have seen spotted training in the evoTOUCH Pro before being released, the next football boot innovation from the German brand, which is set to be released in early 2017, has been seen spotted laced up by Dortmund players and staff, including Wiedenfeller, Julian Vigel, Thomas Tuchel, and also Arsenal's very own manager of Arsene Wenger. Any ideas what they are? Please let us know in the comment section below. So guys, there's how to black out your Puma evoTOUCH Pro. Any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below. Cheers.